called the parakeet named Dreidel. Anyways, I can It happened about 10 years ago in Brooklyn, New York. All day long ago, a heavy snow was falling. Towards evening, the sky was cleared and a few stars appeared. A frost set in. It was the 8th day of Hanukkah. Just like now. I'm joking, it's not actually the 8th day of Hanukkah. I'm just improvising. And my silver Hanukkah lamp stood on the window sill with all the candles burning. It was mirrored in the window pane, and I imagined another lamp outside. Oh, right, I forgot to show the picture. Silly me. You can't do a book without pictures. Well, you could, but not this one. My wife Esther was frying potato pancakes. I sat with my son David at a table and I played Dreidel with him. Aw, that's so cute. Look. There's a Dreidel game. Don't pay attention to the other picture. We'll get to that one soon. Suddenly David cried out, "Papa, look!" And he pointed to the window and I looked up and saw something that seemed unbelievable. Outside. Wait, I keep doing that. Okay, there's the picture. Oh my gosh. Suddenly David cried out, oh wait, we already did that. I was just showing you the picture. Outside on the window stood a yellow and green bird watching the candles. In a moment, as I understood what had happened, a parakeet had escaped from home somehow and had flown out into the cold street and landed on my windowsill, perhaps attracted by the light. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? A parakeet is native to a warm climate and cannot stand the cold. Frosts are very long. I immediately took steps to save the bird from freezing. First, I carried away the Hanukkah candle so the bird would not burn itself when entering. Then I opened the window with a quick wave of my hand and shooed the parrot inside. The whole thing took only a few seconds. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so cute. The parakeet. That's the shuffle of the sun. Or Mr. Wolfie, I can't. Sometimes the like, yeah. In the beginning, the frightful bird flew from the wall to wall. It hit against the ceiling and for a while hung from a crystal prism on the chandelier. Yep, that's definitely Wolfie he's eating. David tried to calm it. Don't be afraid, little bird. We're your friends. Presently, the bird flew toward David and landed on his head, as though it had been drained and was accustomed to people. David began to dance and laugh with joy. And there is the pictures. Very adorable. Okay. Next one. My wife in the kitchen heard the noise and came out to see what happened. When she saw the bird on David's head, she asked, "Where did you get the bird all of a sudden?" "Mama, it just came to the window. In the middle of winter, Papa saved its life." Yes, there they are. Little burb. Burb. Burb is the word. The bird was not afraid of us. David lifted its hand to its forehead, and the bird settled on his fingers. Esther placed a saucer of milk and a dish of water on the table, and the parakeet ate and drank it. It saw the dreidel and began to push it with its beak. David exclaimed, "Look, the bird just plays dreidel." Lol. David soon began to talk about buying a cage for the bird and also giving the bird a name, but Esther and I reminded him that the bird was not ours. We should probably try to find its owner, who probably misses their pet, and were worried about what had happened to it in the icy weather. David said, "Meanwhile, we'll call it Dreidel." Why does the father get to pick the name? I thought the son wanted to name the bird. Anyways. The night Dreidel slept on a picture frame and woke us in the morning with its singing. The bird stood on the frame, its plumage brilliant in the light purple and the rising sun, shaking as it in prayer, whistling, twittering, and talking all the same time. The parakeet must have belonged to a house where Yiddish was spoken, because I heard it say Zeldi get Shuklifin, Zelda go to sleep. And these simple words, utterly big tiny creature, filled us with wonder and delight. Oh, that's also adorable. Look at that. Look. So much cuteness. Alright. The next day, I posted notices in nearby apartment buildings. It said that was found a Yiddish-speaking parakeet. When a few days passed and no one came, I advertised in the newspaper for which I wrote, but a week went by and no one claimed the bird. Only then did Dreidel be ours. No one claimed that bird. Time to read the next page. We bought a large cage with all the fittings and toys that a bird might want, but because Hanukkah is a festive and freedom, we resolved never to lock the cage. Dreidel was free to fly around the house whenever he pleased. The man at the pet store told us that the bird was a male. One question I have, though, very important. Why did they buy the cage why did they buy the cage after they put the posters up and stuff? Like, the bird's gonna get loose again and then, leave the house. So I just don't get it. Next part. Oh, look. In our house, Dreidel learned scores of Yiddish, English, and Hebrew words. David taught him to sing a Hanukkah song, and there was always a one dreidel in the cage for him to play with. That's cute. There you go. When I wrote on my Yiddish typewriter, Dreidel would cling to the index finger in either my right or left hand, jumping acrobatically with every letter I wrote. Esther often joked that Dreidel was helping me write and that he was entitled to half my earnings. That's adorable. Oh my gosh. No. Look at that. Okay. Our son David grew up and entered college one winter night. He went to a Hanukkah party. He told us that he would be home late, and Esther and I went to bed early. He had just fallen asleep when the telephone rang. It was David. As a rule, he is quiet and composed young man. This time he spoke so excitedly that we could barely understand what he was saying. It seemed that David had told the story of our parrot to his fellow students at the party, and a girl named Zelda Roshan and I exclaimed, "I am this Zelda. We lost our parrot 9 years ago." Zelda and her parents lived not far from us, but they had never seen the notice papers or the ones I've posted near the apartment building. Zelda was now a student and a friend of David's, and she never visited us before, although our son often spoke about her to his mother. There we go. There's Zelda, I think. Is that how you say her name? I don't know. Wait, let me see. Zelda, yeah, it's Zelda. She obviously gets kidnapped a lot. I'm joking. We slept little that night. The next day, Zelda and her parents came to see their long-lost pet. Zelda was a beautiful and gifted girl. David often took her to the theater and the museum. Not only to the Not only did the Rosens know their bird, but the birds seemed to remember their former owners. That's good. The Rosens used to call him to ship, and when the parakeet heard them say to ship, he became fluttered and started to fly from one member of the family to the other, screeching and flapping his wings. Both Zelda and her mother cried when they saw their bird pet alive. The father started silently. Then he said, "We never forgot about our tisk tisk." There is the pictures. Happy birthday. Happy Hanukkah. Okay, next thing. On Hanukkah, he always gets a gift: a mirror, a ladder, a swing, a bathtub, or a jingle bell. And that's why his cage is so full, because he's a little burb. He often developed a taste for potato pancakes, as benefits a parakeet named Dreidel. Okay, you do not feed your parakeet pancakes unless you're from the 28th dimension. Then you can feed all the pancakes you want to the parakeet, but I don't think that's healthy. Anyways. Oh, the story of Hanukkah. That's nice. Okay, this was a wonderful story, so cute. Now, one thing I have a question about is that did you guys enjoy the story? Because if you did, please let me know in the comment section and give it a like. Also, this was Crush Kumhuxki here, and have a nice day and happy holidays and Hanukkah, regardless of what religion you may be. Yay, bye.